today, people use those songs to express themselves if they are sad or if they want to propose.
There's no romance in love songs anymore. The age group that is giving you the numbers is got much younger today than when we were growing up, because of which the song has to have that simpler connect. Now the one emotion that they all feel is not being understood, lost, vulnerable, even for that matter, heartbroken. First of all, you have to accept it, that things are changing and things are not like the way they used to be, and you cannot let your ego rule out that whole thing or then call it, this is foul play.
The voice that made India feel hopeful. For many of us, his voice is not just music. It is attached to school, college, first love, friendships, heartbreaks. But today, I don't only want to talk about his songs. I want to understand the person behind that voice. You lost your father also very young.
That frustration of not being able to be successful, I guess, really started, eating into him. He must have spent the last 4-5 years in severe depression. That kind of drinking, that kind of smoking, that sort of self-inflicting, fatalistic harm you're putting on yourself. You can't do that. One thing I very much understood was that he was immensely talented, and he was very adamant that if anyone listens to my song and cannot say this is a Manas Mukherji's tune, then I have failed. So that kind of integrity I thought was pretty impractical, but I think I chose the positive sides of everything. So while I may have some very strong opinions on certain things, I have to make that compromise. I mean, however horrible that sounds, but it's the only way you can survive.
Welcome to the Aditi Govitrikar show, Shaan.
Thank you, Aditi. It's always wonderful to be chatting with you. And it's been a while though.
It's been a while,
But
yes.
glad I'm here.
I don't know if you realize how personal your music is to people. Do you realize it?
I mean, mostly film songs, so I don't even know. I mean, they weren't even personal to me, honestly, but situational and whatever. But I think when you're growing up, like for me, whatever songs I would hear in my formative years would always stay
They
with
become
me,
part of
They
you,
become
right,
part of
while
you. So they
growing up.
become personal. And it's what you draw out of a song. So I'm sure. And, I get a lot of that also, honestly. Especially youngsters, we grew up on your music, or this is the one I proposed my. So yeah. So I totally accept it.
That's
Humbly.
good. That's good.
Yeah.
When you meet people, what are the kind of memories that they share with you?
It's happening a lot now. On a lighter side, I meet a lot of people who I feel may have been my age or even older than me, who say that, I remember listening to your music when I was in school, and also I get a little confused on those things. But I mean, it's still very sweet because, of the last, say, 10, 15 years, I've been putting up a lot of music. But somehow what has really kept me connected to a big generation is the songs that were from the 2000s to 2010, I think, which I have to admit that is my time. So all those who've grown up during that period, the millennials so they have a lot of like songs like Bhool Ja, which they'd say that, this helped me get over a breakup, or Tanha Dil, which, when I was abroad, I was away from home, I would always listen to this song. It was my go-to song. And, or Wo Pehli Baar I proposed to my girlfriend then with this song. And so I get a lot of that. Yeah.
Does it feel strange that you are actually part of somebody's private story, like a personal,
I mean,
you humbly accept.
yeah.
You just
I don't want
humbly
to
accept.
delve too deep into like
Thinking about it.
Yeah, how was that song used? I wonder. No, but it's.
So what was the song that you proposed Radhika with?
Oh, that tu hai wahi dil ne jise apna kaha
Kya baat hai?
tu hai jahan. That one, and then
And she fell for it.
She didn't really care much about my singing. She thought a nice, goofy, funny guy. It's all right. Yeah, I think it happened we were friends first. We grew up, and then you know, she was also very young at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
So things just kind of happened. And of course, 4 years of courtship, and then eventually you got married. So, but not my singing didn't really do much. I think just being a decent person.
So you said that, that era was, so to say, golden era of your lives. How does it feel today? Because even today, people remember your songs. They still use those songs to express themselves if they are sad or if they want to propose, etc. I mean, Sonu Nigam, you, KK, that was like the golden time.
No, of course, it feels wonderful. And, the great thing is that I'm still doing a lot of live concerts or television. And, in fact, now Welcome to the Jungle, I had a song in that. So I'm still singing.
Of course,
but what happens is that once, you identify with a certain genre and a time, after that, whatever you do, of course, keeps you busy, keeps you active, keeps you going. And as far as, you can hold on to, I still feel I'm singing and I'm in great shape. If I can say it myself, humbly putting that again.
No, you're frozen in time. That's what I said when I met you, right?
I mean, no, thank you so much. I have to, I must return the compliment, Aditi. But I mean, but then again, you have to accept that, people then identify you with a certain era and a certain time, and that you can't change. And you have to be grateful for it. Which is why I'm still all the shows and everything is all because of those songs. उन्हें अभी मैं हूँ डॉन करके एंट्री करता हूँ तो लोगों को वही देखना है, मजा आता है.
So the other thing which I have noticed whenever I've heard you sing, whether it's a sad song, whether it's a heartbreak song, it doesn't leave me sad or people sad. It gives hope. There is that thing that you manage to balance heartbreak or sadness with warm, fuzzy hope. How do you do that?
No, that's a conscious decision.
It is a conscious decision. How so and why?
I just, as a person, I don't like to dwell in sadness. I mean, it's something when it has to happen, you have to deal with it.
Yeah.
It's not my escape mechanism or something like that, but it's just that I just find that such a waste of time. There are always two ways of looking at things. So when there's a situation which is low, which is terrible, I find a way out by reminiscing on the better times that there was. The toughest was losing my mother. I mean, she literally was there through my entire life, and then suddenly, she's gone. And whenever I would think of that while she was there with me, I think I'd be completely destroyed. But I just realized that I figured that she's there. She's, she's in me. She's
watching you.
She's now with the gods. She's taking care of me, and that makes me feel all right. So
she was your emotional anchor, isn't it?
Yeah. And still is. So I still, I still have a very sweetly Radhika's pura photograph. Just when you step out of the door. In the home, just when you're going out. So, I'm
She's
still, because I used to always tell her, okay, mama, going, bye. So I still do that with a photograph.
Okay.
So, so you find a way to not feel sad. I feel happy. I feel nice. I smile every time I see her photograph, and she brings that same fuzzy feeling. So similarly, I do not want my voice to be associated with pulling someone down, making someone feel depressed further if they are down. The whole idea is that, through music, you want to uplift, you want to, be like a warm hug or a helpful hand or something like that, like a nice hot coffee. So I'd like my voice to have that effect,
You lost your father also very young, and you said how difficult that phase was for you to see him go through what he went through.
Yeah. I was too young at that time to really understand it. But the one thing I very much understood was that he was immensely talented, and that, to kind of make commercial music or music that could be, understood far less appreciated by masses is not possible. But somehow he was very adamant that he will stick to his style of music, very original music. His music should sound like, his name is Manas Mukherji. So he'd say, if anyone listens to my song and cannot say this is a Manas Mukherji's tune, then I have failed. I have to bring in so that kind of integrity I thought was pretty impractical. But I mean, what can I say? He was like that. And that frustration of not being able to be successful, I guess, really started, eating into him, which now I understand that he must have spent the last 4-5 years in severe depression. That kind of drinking, that kind of smoking, that sort of self-inflicting, fatalistic harm you're putting on yourself. You can't do that if you.
But that
you
must
know,
have impacted young Shaan at that time, right?
At that time, I was
Or you didn't
just,
know any better.
I mean, I'm sure my sister, being a
Hmm,
girl
hmm,
and an older child, was more sensitive.
Hmm.
I think I was just a happy-go-lucky kind of kid, and I just like day to day. Chalo, आज का निकल गया, अभी कल का देखते हैं.
Huh.
So it didn't really affect me so much. I mean, not that
The
it
impact
turned
was
me
more
into
on her.
something. I think it kept me a pretty positive person. So I'm lucky. I mean, a lot of people who, when I mention how how it used to be growing up, we had a tight little whatever space live in, and then dad was also very violent, and those kind of things used to happen, and they're like, so many people get destroyed with this kind of an upbringing, and then he's gone.
Yes.
Then you have to fend for yourself, and how did you manage to still stay like that? I really don't know, but I think I chose the positive sides of everything. And that's how I look at everything. Just there must be something positive about everything. So just pick that side.
Was there a point at, whilst you were going through, for you to say that, okay, I'm not going to be like this?
Yeah, surely. Like, I'm going to be more practical. I have to make a living. I have to support myself and my family.
Yeah.
And so while I may have some very strong opinions on certain things, I have to make that compromise. I mean, however horrible that sounds, but it's the only way you can survive. I didn't have the luxury of being exactly the way I wanted to be.
Yeah,
I had to kind of make a living, and so I have a fine line. I know that I'm not going to cross. This is a point of compromise that I'm not going to fall for or fall into. And I have my set of ethics and integrity, which I stick with. But it's not as rigid as my dad, which I learned the hard way, that you can't be like that.
Yeah. It must have taken a big toll on your mom whilst having to handle husband going through whatever he's going through, to see him as a dad to you kids, literally at that time, and yet be a strong support for you.
Yeah, see, my mom was never so vocal, and she never ever let us know that she's such a strong woman. But now when you see the way she led herself with dignity, she sang in chorus for other composers. She'd come home and get ridiculed by dad. Oh, what was the song? Oh, this rubbish you sang and came. That kind of stuff. That because for him, like this can't be music.
Yeah.
But she was like, yeah, but this is. I'm doing this. I have to raise these kids. I have to, bring the food to the table. So it was tough. And then even after we lost dad, I mean, it took a while until we kind of also came on our own. So I had just turned 14. Sister was just 16. So, we were just out of school, literally. So she kept it going for a long time with a smile on her face, with that same grace. She'd go out, she'd, sing in chorus and, whatever. And actually also enjoy herself through it all. So I think I've got that mom's little DNA positive thing where you can smile, smile and just look at the bright
positive
side of things.
Side.
I'm glad that I had my mom with me. I mean, or rather, I was with her for so many years and could give her a good, comfortable life. And even very often after you get married and there are two women, there's that whole conflict. But luckily for me, even that fell beautifully in place with Radhika and mom having such a wonderful camaraderie. And so often we sit on something, we reminisce, we miss how she would have reacted, how she had been. So, but it's been now 4 years, so it's been a while. And but I'm glad I could, make her life more comfortable
peaceful
and
happy
and
and
pleasant. So she went with her characteristic smiling face.
Okay. So when did music happen to you? And when did it comes to your mind that, okay, this is what I'm going to pursue. Everything else till now was a trial and error or whatever. But now this is it. This is what I'm going to seriously take on as my career, as my passion. Of course.
No, but I've said this before. I never really, thought of music more than a livelihood for a little bit. And I tried other things. I didn't succeed much in that, and a lot of trauma doing all those things, giving kids tuitions. I've done, cable TV point selling and salesmanship in something and all that. Karke utna. Then I used to go sing a jingle. I used to get a decent amount of money. I said, wow, this is good.
This is easy money.
And you can do this while you're doing everything else. So it's fine. But then, of course, the offers started coming in a little more, regularly. And I realized, oh my God, maybe I can sing.
This is what it is.
I should take it a little more seriously.
Yeah.
But having said that, I only started training properly, after I was married and I was almost having my first kid, and then I went
that
to
late.
Ustad Ghulam Mustafa Khan Sahab. I said I should learn now, because by then I was like really singing everything and anything, and I was thinking like, wow, this is good. But now I can't leave it or lose it from here. They can't say nahi yaar, but wo finish nahi hai isme wo. And I always knew that if you don't have a good strong classical music background, it's very difficult to in the long run to be able to sing,
to sustain
to
and
sustain.
To be a success.
So that I started a little late. Once I got started, even with my workouts, I started only around then.
But you've always been
22
fit,
something.
I don't remember you being out of shape ever.
Yeah, no, I was thin, lanky, we were going back then.
Yeah. That the raz of your still looking exactly the same, because I remember first time I met you in Bandra, I think it was at a friend's house or something, you and Radhika had come. You look exactly the same, and I can't get over how you have, word of the day again, preserved. You look.
I think I was looking 40 when I was 20, and so I've stuck
That's
to
not
okay,
You're being very.
No, I don't know. Actually, honestly, I don't know. I don't have a strict regimen. I'm not into any strict kind of foods or anything of that sort. But sometimes when I read and a lot of people give you advice on, how one should be, I realize that unknowingly I've been following certain things all my life that people, like you don't drink water after a meal. You wait for a little bit after you have finished a meal. Not before, not after. So that I've been doing. Otherwise, through the day, hydrate as much as you could. That anyway, when you're singing, your voice is always dry. So you're always drinking water. Some form of workout, which you can do consistently.
Yeah.
So that is something I've been doing consistently,
and
whatever
sleep
weights and stuff.
And
my sleep is always at least
precious.
a decent 6 hours as much as I can. Of course, right now World Cup is going on. So,
yes, I know.
So that's not happening. That's not happening. But again, like I said, nothing strict. I think no stress. No stress, which is something you can't control. But I'm just lucky, very fortunate that,
See, but the thing is that there is stress in everybody's life. How you react to it is how, or you let go of a certain situations easily. That is going to create less stress in your body. So if there is a stressful situation, how do you hack it? How do you handle it?
Honestly, I've been very lucky. I like at home, there's Radhika. She's taking care of all that. Like today in the morning, she said, farmhouse, the whole wall has broken down. And I said, okay, she'll fix it. And she's stressed now. I also get stressed. So, or, some situation with the professional thing, I have a manager and, he'll say, bro, this has happened. I say, so what should we do? We should do this. Oh, great. So let's do that.
So you delegate stress.
I delegate stress, yeah. And generally, I've come to the conclusion that, sometimes most of the stress that we are taking is about things that we are anticipating may happen. So I'm always in my head, it's always going to be great. And at that moment, if it's not great, then you kind of just
tweak it,
figure it out. And that's it. But if you constantly worry about, will this happen? Will this not happen? Then, you're just taking stress for nothing.
No reason.
So often you stress about something that actually never happened.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's something, again, unknowingly, I have this mechanism that, I'm just in the moment.
So it's built in you, basically.
Yeah, I'm in the moment, and the moment leads to another moment, and then it's always a presence.
So you mentioned Radhika. She has been the backbone for you in many ways, right? Speak to us about that a little bit. You met her when you were very young.
Yeah, I was still old. She's 6 years younger than me, and she was literally a child. I don't even know what I was thinking at that point.
But, how did you meet her?
Met her at a club, and we were just those what do we call them?
Bandra boys.
Oh my God! Yeah, just those.
You were being a Bandra boy.
Club mein, come on, let me handle this one. So us tarah ka. But then, of course, so I kind of started hanging in her circle with her friends, and then one thing led to the other, and about in 3 months I proposed, and then we started seeing each other. But again, I wasn't very wasn't a very sure thing because, of course, she's from at that time Juhu, 6 years younger, lives in her own, they had this huge bungalow. They lived in a 3-storied and main bhade ka ghar. So I knew this is not getting anywhere, but it's okay. She's sweet. She's, so lively and, we would party and dance.
Crazy,
and she's
I
crazy,
love her.
right?
She's so much fun.
So that energy was a lot of fun. And we made a pact that if for 4 years we are still seeing each other, we'll get married. Forgot about it. Then 4 years went by. I remember, oh my God, I said this. Okay, let's get married. We got married. It was just on a lark. I had no... And then, of course, as soon as she got married, I think coming from a joint family, and believing in the whole, constitution or whatever, the constitution of marriage, is that a word? Institution. Institution. So, then she really, really took to it beautifully well. And I couldn't have got luckier.
I think it's both ways, of course. I mean, it takes two to tango,
Of course. No.
Has she ever given you any reality checks to keep you grounded or some kind of advice that has maybe changed your career path?
No, on a personal level, something kept reoccurring in the last, I haven't mentioned this, but about 3-4 years back. But, about 2018 is when Radhika... she kind of diagnosed this herself, and then I got to figure this out, and then we got consultancy that she's got clinical depression.
Oh.
And I was, obviously, I took it very personally. I said, like, how have I, done something like this that you've, So she said, no, it's a hereditary thing, and then sometimes it's just levels. Sometimes
Changes,
they don't work. Post 40, something like that, and it's happened but she took the remedy, she took the whole, everything with it. But yes, of course, you can't normalize and rationalize everything in that state of mind. And she would kind of keep, she got a little more possessive, I thought, than she would ever earlier be. And would start pointing out on certain behavioral patterns that I had. I thought now she wants to equal up and, okay, she's got an issue, she's going to create an issue, which is not a big deal. And she said, you have this huge people-pleasing kind of an attitude, but a lot of people look at that very personally. You might like something, you might, react to someone thinking, I'll make his or her day, and what is the big deal about that? And you do it mindlessly, but they could look at it differently. And it had to take a lot of me being in denial about this whole thing that I have this trait in me. She said that it could also be like for someone, you're leading that person on. And then you stop at some point because okay, this is this is decent enough. So, I'm not going to go past this. And then you're going to say, oh no, come on, are you crazy? But, you don't even need to do that. And initially I said, that you're just being that's crazy. Why would I think like that? I just do it. I don't think much about it. But then I took note. I kind of made that correction. And so that is something that I learned from her.
Yeah, of course. See, what happens is post 40 anyway, a woman goes through a lot of hormonal changes.
True.
Which kind of, sorry, this is me as a psychologist speaking
no,
now.
I know,
where because there are hormonal changes, it does change your outlook to certain things. I was told at a certain age that, you're so touchy about everything. So the thing is, it is not purposely I'm trying to do it,
right?
But it just happens.
True.
It is that.
But that I could have still stayed in denial, and I did for a while, and it started getting really ugly.
Difficult,
and I figured that what's more important for me. So though at that point I may have done a few things just to please her, but then later I realized that this is something I can do without. I don't need this kind of and it's better to nip things at the bud right in the beginning itself. Why give anyone any sort of impression? At the most, what are they saying? Oh, he's too snooty, or he couldn't, he's kind of, but that's okay. That's better than having trouble at home.
No, that is your comfort zone. That is your safety space.
And I think it's hardly anything in compared to, keeping your spouse happy.
Correct. No, that is true.
Yeah.
That is so true. And thank you for sharing. It takes a lot to be
that's something
vulnerable.
that coming from your background, I thought you'd understand that. And,
Yes, no,
for anyone
absolutely.
listening to, very
So
often,
love changes. I mean, I know you from
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
97, 98.
Yes. I used to, yeah.
From when we used
True,
to hang
of
around
course,
in
of course,
Bandra.
of course.
How has love changed?
So here we were never in that crazy, like that mad, we're in love, hum dono ab duniya chhod ke chale jayenge. It was always very practical. You got to keep it together with everyone. And so that's how it's always been. So not much of that has changed, if at all. We've now probably become a little more mushy than we used to be.
That's good. That's good. So if you were to
And
put
these
it
are kids keep pointing it out to us,
so they must be saying cringe.
Yeah, because
Mom,
when
Dad, you're cringe.
exactly, their friends come and they're like, oh my God, your parents are like together. They sit together and they watch television, or they're always hanging out and laughing loudly at each other. Like, our parents never do that. So we're like, okay, tell their parents to change. We're not going to change now.
So if you have to put it in songs, how would you, put this part? Like now you're, very romantic, if I may call it that. And earlier it is Benjamin Button. Basically, you're, going.
No, I know, but I think songs have mostly patronized the first love, that first feeling. There are very few songs that.
You're a champion of those, right?
Yeah. I don't do the intense ones. I do all those little, those
heartbreak
quoting ones.
But you give that hope. That's what I'm saying.
Hope is also there.
So,
I think एक ही ऐसा गाना बना है.
कौन सा वाला?
All the time I have to sing it at people's 50th anniversaries and someone's turned 70. I can't believe I'm actually putting it on us now. मेरी ज़ोहरा जबी तुझे मालूम नहीं तू अभी तक हसीन और मैं जवान तुझ पे कुर्बान मेरी जान.
Yeah. This is like a must, no?
And also, luckily, we can actually use the song because it's probably
There's no issue there.
It's almost become traditional now, na? So old, yeah. But
and even in Antakshari, this song always happens.
Oh yes,
right?
yes,
it's a must.
Yes. It's a must.
This 100%
and, I think strangely there aren't made too many songs on that situation. There's another song I sing to her when she's, she realizes that I haven't noticed, like she's fixed her hair, or she's got a new outfit, or she's made some changes in the house, and it's been a couple of days and I haven't reacted. So she's like,
quintessential male.
yeah, typically. So my go-to song to save myself at that point would be तेरे चेहरे से नजर नहीं हटती नजारे हम क्या देखें. Oh God, he started that song again. Rubbish. So yeah, there are songs that kind of
And what is yours and her, that particular song? Is there?
Oh, we had my God, this is turning into a couple chat. Okay, quickly this, and then we'll move on to other more serious topics. Enough of this romance and all this stuff. Maha, we have that song. तुमसे मिलके ऐसा लगा तुमसे मिलके, and we had the privilege of Suresh Bhatkar ji actually singing that for us on our
That's
on
amazing.
our wedding day.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah, that was
Does
beautiful.
Radhika sing at all?
She does, but you don't want to hear that.
You're going to get in trouble.
Oh my God, when she does her puja and all that. So yeah, she sings. We think she does harmonies actually. Yeah,
Okay.
Sur kahin hai,
She
wo
creates
kahin hai.
harmony in your life.
That
What
is
more
true.
can you ask for?
Yes.
I mean, that is a
even
best.
if she doesn't, but there's no discord. I mean, even if she's singing the wrong chords, but
It's fine.
It's fine.
Now, coming to children, both your sons have decided to come into music, right? Music industry, music.
And
did that
completely,
thought
yeah.
come to your mind that, oh my God, they shouldn't? Because, and where this thought is coming to my mind is that ours is an industry where you'll get work, where work will clash and you're like, damn it, you know. And then there is a lull. I don't know if it's happened in your life.
No, of course. I mean, if you have a longish career, it's always going to be that way. You cannot.
How did you handle that lull? I didn't ask you that earlier, but now I'm asking. How did you handle that?
No, I mean, it first of all, you have to accept it, that things are changing and things are not like the way they used to be. And you cannot let your ego kind of, rule out that whole thing, or then call it, this is foul play. And, a lot of people do that. They start saying things that, this is personal. They did this to me because I did this and I did that. But it's not personal. What happens is that when you're really doing well and, you're successful, and that success pulls in more work. And then at some point, when people have a newer another option, or when someone thinks that, oh, you know what, if I can work with someone like that, that'll make my music sound younger, make my music sound trendier or whatever. And they opt other voices. You know, the fact that you got a chance while the seniors were there and at their best form, you have to accept that at
Same
some
thing,
point
yeah.
when, you know, and you have a great run. You've done 10, 15 years of, you know, singing so many songs that, and then after that, that happens. But I don't want to just sit back. And so I started my own music channel. I started composing. I started, in fact, even I made a team with another. That didn't quite work. So, but I tried other things. You know,
Chal raha hai.
yeah. I just made sure that vocally, I never have to be, you know, feel for myself कि यार मुझे retire करना चाहिए. Because I would always take inspiration from, you know, singers in their 70s and 80s internationally, and even in India. I mean, singing Asha ji, you know, I can't look beyond her for inspiration. And if they can do it, you know, we can do it too.
So how do you keep your vocal cords young? Because with age, our age also changes.
Yeah.
Right?
See,
so you said that you do riyaz regularly.
Yeah. Post 40,
so does that
post
help?
40, I really took to doing regular riyaz much more sincerely than I used to earlier. And that really came to my rescue in a big way. Because, you know, while you're young, you know, your vocal cords are still supple, and, you know, you can kind of, even if you're not practicing, but you're singing constantly, that is good enough. That is good enough. But as you're, you know, and singing is not just the voice, it's also your ears, and, you know, but over time, as those, you know, you start losing out on those things. Fine, it's very fine tuning thing that goes. You need to keep tuning your voice. Yeah. So now I've realized that maybe even if a week is gone and I have not done my riyaz, my voice is not the same as it was. So even every morning I have my Guruji comes home and we do our.
So that's also become part of.
I'm not doing any, you know, classical and stuff, but just keeping my scales and just, you know, getting that range in. That is something I do. Like, though we slept at 6, I was watching this football match, I slept at 4:45. But I was up at 9:30 to do my practice. Yeah. And then he's gone, and then my gym instructor comes in. दोनों बाजू में दोनों रूम. यहाँ से निकलता हूँ उसी पजामा और टी-शर्ट में यहाँ घुस जाता हूँ और यहाँ शुरू हो जाता है, you know, start my workout.
So workout of vocal cords followed by workout of the body.
Yeah, and I think even that has been very helpful.
That also helps your vocal cords,
strengthens your vocal muscles, and, you know, your lungs, breathing and,
cardiovascular
system. Yeah. It cleans up your throat. So
there's a
I've never
conscious
really had a
decision
cold or anything for so many years thanks to the workouts. Yeah, that's good.
So that sense of, oh my God, can I protect this child from the negativity that exists or the politics that exists in this industry?
True.
Did you take any steps like that? Did you have a conversation with them, or were you of the thought process that they will figure it out themselves? Let them make mistakes. I'm here to support them. Right.
So no, the latter for sure.
Latter. Okay.
But also, having said that, you know, the whole music scene, or generally the industry, has changed so much from our times to, you know, now, the times now. A lot of things you can do independently.
Yes.
Especially music, you know, you can, and for me, I only said, okay, you know, for the older boy, he started getting work. People would, you know, get him to produce their songs, to compose for them, to mix for them, and then come back to him with more work. So I realized, no, you know, if he can do that, then definitely there's something. Otherwise, you know, every parent is blinded by the talent of that child. Arey, mera beta kamal karta hai, lekin samne se agar kaam mil raha hai, matlab, you know, he's worth it, you know. And so I set him up. I put up a studio. You know, he said that, you know, I need to work with the partner. I said, that's a great idea. You know, very often you can have a block, but, you know, between the two of you.
Yeah.
So Riz, he's a fantastic, you know, music producer himself. So together, they're doing some great music across all kinds of genres, and they're doing beautifully well. So he's pretty sorted. They go by the name Never Sober.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
He can't even hold a beer. But anyway.
But the youngsters today are not drinking as much, right? The alcohol sales
we
have
watched
dropped.
this whole game of nothing. So coming back to the kids, so Shubh, you know, he was all set with his career and he wanted to sing, and I was not very, very convinced for the younger one. No, because he was brilliant at everything. He reminded me of me growing up too, right? He was fantastic in school. In fact, me on steroids. Like he was a fantastic, I mean, he was, you know, captaining his school volleyball team and the football team and you know, math, doing advanced math. He was like winning student of the year every year. So, and then of all those things, the one I thought, okay, singing is not exactly his foray, you know, that is okay. I mean, you know, he can do it
as
for
a hobby
fun, as a thing. And of all the things, he's saying, no, Dad. One day he sits me down and saying that I never had the guts to tell you this, but I want to sing. So it's like, I've never heard you sing. So he's saying, yeah, I feel a little shy. I said, no, if you want to sing, then start singing.
So he's not undergone any training or you don't...
Now he did. But this I'm talking about when he was...
Yeah.
He was just 15 or something. And already he was like killing it. I said, so what are you going to do? You're going to become a professional singer? He's saying, yeah, like you. I want to be a singer.
Okay.
So I said, then start singing not just in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, sing, you have to sing. You know, the more you get confident, you know, it's an intuitive skill. So you have to feel it that way. And then, of course, then he would sing all day long. And it took a while, but then he got his, today he's at another level. His vocal is so beautifully tuned. He will really go off key, and at the same time he doesn't sing in a timid fashion. He belts it out, which is, you know, so there's no, you know, if
nothing holding him back.
Technically when you sing softer, you still have control and you can probably, you know, pitch a little better, but when you sing with an open voice, it's a little more difficult to pitch perfectly, but he's managed to even do that.
Excellent.
So I'm very proud of him now. Also, when he got that deal with Saregama, the huge music company, and, you know, they saw talent and I said, okay, dude, you know, now I'm going to... So same with the older boy. When other people started getting him work, I said, he must be good. So...
And Radhika was also happy with the voice taking on.
She also, again, was not very thrilled about the whole thing that, you know, the older one went to USC and, you know, all that money on his education and all that. Now he wants to come back and become a, you know, music producer. But your heart, you know, when your heart has decided on something, I think it's wrong on parents to kind of, you know, push them on another direction. So I said, you know, now they want to do this. There's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah. So going back to songs and music, you know, जब हम तन्हा होते हैं, तो why do we land up listening to sad songs? Shouldn't we, I mean, psychologically, this is a question I always ask myself, that if I'm sad, I land up listening to that playlist of mine, and I don't listen to the other playlist, which is happy songs. True. So I have two lists in my phone.
No, I mean, of course, there are two ways of looking at it. When you're down, you know, you probably are feeling there is a certain reason, and then you want to dwell in that. You want to probably seek answers. You want to face that feeling. You don't want to escape it by playing some dance song and like partying away. There's a classic, right? That Sukhbir song, which you know, Tare gin gin yaad jo teri main ta jaga rata nu aankhiyan vich. It's a very sad song, you know. It's actually, I'm messing up the lyrics a little bit. Yaad to teri mehta jaga rata nu aankhiyan vich. You know, I'm crying for you. And everyone dances to that. I think that is the greatest combination. Make a sad song with sad lyric, but with a very happy beat. So even if you're sad, you're dancing. So I think he figured the best formula. Kumar, of course, had written the song. Kumar Paji has written a lot of great songs. I think greatest counselor ever. But yeah, so I think that's one thing. But, you know, sometimes what I don't understand is that someone's in a decent mood, that they want to inflict sadness onto themselves. I'm seeing this in the new generation a lot, you know, and that actually makes them more fragile. And any little thing will take them to that space, you know. You know what? And I sometimes reality shows, I see the young a lot. Then their eyes are welling up. How could he talk to me like that? I mean, कुछ हुआ ही नहीं भाई, इतने में क्यों टूट गए? So I think for that, clearly, if music is your go-to, you must kind of not dwell in that mood further. You need to put on, you know, music that is light, it's romantic. I'm not saying you play a dance track when you're down, but play a song of hope, play a song that is, you know, that'll bring a smile to your face. I think that's very important.
So do you feel that music traps you or it can heal you, or both?
I mean, yeah, or both. It's your choice, how you want to kind of, you know, apply that to yourself. But I mean, bittersweet feelings are also nice sometimes when you know you can handle it. But if you're really in a situation where
Fragile.
you're fragile and you are at the edge, don't push it by listening to music that'll take you further there, or relating to other artists unless they have answers in their music. So avoid that. And I think music in some way or the other should always heal you. Music, a book, whatever you use, it should stimulate you into a better
Positive
place.
Yeah.
That's for
So
sure.
when we're talking about the younger generation, today's songs, I mean, see, the thing is that we still remember the songs of 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s even, right? But the late these songs now, the late, how do I say it? The latter
Probably
half?
the
No,
last
not-
last 6-7 years, 8 years, 8, 9
you
years,
don't remember these songs. There's no recall. At that time, it'll be a super hit. It will be played
But
everywhere.
that is just us. I think the younger lot,
Not
they've
really.
grown up
They
with
will
these
still
songs.
They will still sing your songs in Antakshari.
Yeah, that's also a technical thing, because these songs, they're not 2-line choruses. So they start somewhere and then they reach the chorus. So if you have to sing that song, you have to learn the whole chunk of it until it reaches the chorus. The structure of music has changed over the years. So when we used to hame tumse pyar, you can start straight. Yeah, it'll start from somewhere and then and then it'll be some other song only. So isme ha kahan aaya? But in the beginning tha kuch ha. So the structure is different now. So yeah.
But there's no soul. I feel that is lacking. That is missing.
It's difficult to convince them about it, but I know what you're saying is. Only thing is that these days music also has to appeal to a 13 to a 14-year-old. That's the maximum. The numbers are coming from that age group. So it's very difficult when you're not mature enough to understand the lyric, the depth, understand the beautiful combination of the notes. How can you expect someone at 14, 15, 17 even? So the age group that is giving you the numbers is got much younger today than when we were growing up. So because of which the song has to have that simpler connect. Now the one emotion that they all feel is not being understood, lost, vulnerable, even for that matter, heartbroken, because it's a one-sided thing. They don't have the confidence to go approach someone. So those songs that connects with them very well at that age. Parents are not being able to understand what I'm going through. I'll love this girl, but she doesn't give a shit. So those kind of simplistic kind of emotions that there are, which you're not looking beyond, like, why, dude, it's not, And so that kind of music really works for them. But anything that goes beyond that, which is, poetically a little more heavier, you have to kind of understand it.
The
can be a little
gravitas
difficult
in it.
because, that they'll grow up and then eventually they'll start enjoying those songs. But the numbers will come for this.
But is that kind of music getting made today? Or is it more like, okay, let's make it viral, let it go on
it's
reels?
getting made, but that kind of music is not catching up. Yeah, but the viral music, the fun music is catching up. So a lot of people are sort
Going
of
with
discouraged to want to do that. So like if you look at the kind of, say the intense song, take a Sayyara and all, if you break it down, the lyrically, you might say that, okay, this is not, what exactly is going on? Why is a love song sounding so sad? It should sound
happy,
romantic. There's no romance in love songs anymore.
Exactly.
It's mostly sad.
So love is being associated with sadness now.
Yeah, because mostly at that point, you haven't really gone into a long relationship. You're growing up, it's basically just frivolous stuff, but you want to feel the intensity, so you listen to these songs. That's how I'm breaking it down. I think that's how it probably is why they listen to these songs so much now. But it's not, I would say it's not a good space to be at. But also, see, very few dance songs are coming up. If they are, they're all recreations from, older songs. Yeah, there are very few original dance tracks coming in. Now, if a dance song is not associated with, alcohol or just, crazy like, oh, mere gadi mein yaar, and all that kind of stuff, or sort of typically a word of where, you're sort of objectifying the woman. Somehow they're not being able to make dance songs like what, where's the party tonight? They find that very nursery rhymish, I think. Oh, it's the time to disco. Like really, yeah. But that's the kind of songs that we were singing, and the kids were very happy with that at that point.
Yeah.
But it was all about, hey, let's party, let's have fun, and tonight
Yeah.
is young, it's all cool.
Yeah.
And I love you, you love me, and this is fun. But now the dance tracks are a little kind of more cryptic, so which is why not too much of that is also happening. So they're stuck in a bit of a, you're right, then they're not even getting a choice. They're not even getting a chance to get out. I mean, they'll tell us, okay, fine, so find me a happy fun song, and I'd be stuck then. Okay. Yeah, so
What about AI? Do you worry that AI is going to take over music composition, lyrics, singing even, because that is also a possibility?
True.
What happens to music industry, and if you
certain
think about
industries like advertising is being affected, from still photography, models, I would even think, small ditties, 30 second, 40 second, a lot of those songs are being made by AI, literally. Some of the biggest agencies have used AI to make their ads. So definitely that is a huge revenue loss for a whole fraternity of people.
Yeah.
And so that's already happening. Of course, lawfully, we have taken some safeguarding measures that you cannot, we patent the voice. So the likeness of a voice, if it's used in AI, then you cannot, you'd be banned from doing that. Right, from Arijit, and a lot of artists have done that eventually, independently, and also through our association. We've put that out to the ministry. But one thing is the composition, the production. That they're using it, and you can't even say, what if I tell you, oh, you used AI? I say, no, I've not used AI. This is my tune.
So
how are you going to be able to?
Can't
what is his
discern.
prompt? What is her prompt? How have they reached that melody? You can't question the process. So that part is being rampantly used, and I get a lot of songs that I'm meant to sing. When I hear the voice, I feel like this is not even human. This is clearly AI. No, sir. I said, no, I can tell.
Yeah.
If you sound this good, then you should sing it yourself. So it's definitely coming in. There's nothing you can do about it, and it's gonna get even better eventually. And so while we are using AI is using us more.
Yeah.
So the more you use the AI, sort of software you want to call it, or the app, the more it's using your data to create better and better stuff.
Version, yeah.
So we are feeding AI today, and by tomorrow, it's going to leave us starving.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. You did say that you are taking care of your voice. Of course, physically you are working out, etc. After having achieved so much, you are an icon for many, many generations to come. Do you still feel there is something you have to prove?
Yeah, every time you're on stage, you have to not prove to the audience, but prove to yourself that, I was better today than I was yesterday. And also I feel that, it's never I don't think I've achieved enough, honestly. It just feels that I wish I could sing some more songs, some more interesting genres. So yeah, I think it's not so much about proving. For me, music was never about proving a point, but experiencing more. I definitely want to experience more musically.
So what is that one song that, you want to, like a particular genre or particular style that you feel that, ye mujhe gana hai?
Of course, I mean, 90% of songs are romantic songs, so to say. But having said that, lately I've been dabbling a lot in devotional music, which, I think is also very, I wouldn't say it's challenging. It's a different process in your head to how you approach those kind of songs, that certain amount of surrender when you sing them, which earlier I used to kind of create like a devotional voice, but now I realize
it's more from within.
you should just you should feel it. And maybe a Sufi style, maybe something that is I do a lot of social based songs also, which I want to continue doing, because I feel that what you can say through song sticks stronger with people. So I definitely want to create songs on social issues, which I have quite a few, but I'd like to do more of that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now we are coming to some fun stuff, because I didn't know this part about you, that you're a great mimic.
Not a great mimic,
You
but
are
I try.
great. Oh my God. I was in splits. I was hearing you.
Oh, that Cyrus one, I was at my worst because he caught me off guard and I haven't done it in so long.
The song that you sung on that show, Anu Malik ji's It's Raining, It's Raining, It's Raining. I featured in that song.
I know, of course. And we were a part of the same
video, and
yes.
super popular
with his hat, with the beads, and there you were, of course.
So it was fun song to shoot.
And it's a beautiful melody. People keep this thing, but if you Tere liye, tere liye, tere liye, tere liye. Those chords are beautiful.
Now do this in different people's voices.
Of course, बारिश की season में.
Yes.
तो
मौसम ऐसा है.
देखो बारिश हो रही है. It's raining, it's raining, it's raining. I'll do it the way I think. मेरा दिल रो रहा है. My heart is paining, it's paining, it's paining. So now, who would you?
Anu Malik ji.
Anu Malik ji is the original, everyone. Dekho baarish ho rahi hai, it's raining. So he had his sort of youthfulness and his quirkiness in that.
Bappi
Dekho baarish ho rahi hai, my heart is paining, it's paining. He had this big, nice voice. It's paining. Let me try. Udit ji. Let me. देखो बारिश हो रही है. It's raining, it's raining, it's raining.
You have that hope-giving voice. It is.
Also,
cozy,
I think I have a voice that is very easily identifiable.
Exactly.
So that I've been lucky with. That I've never what started as a disadvantage because I never was copying anyone's voice. So they couldn't replace someone with me initially in my career, because generally यही होता था ना, because कोई senior singer है, अरे उसकी जैसी आवाज है तो इसको बुला लो. But later it kind of helped me in my cause that I have a voice that is identifiable. You don't confuse it with someone else's, while it's still mainstream.
If there is any song that you listen to when you are down and out, which gives you, and your own song, which one is that?
No, for me it has to be a Kishore Kumar song. It always takes me there.
Okay.
Oh my God, any of his songs.
That?
There's so many. I mean, any, just his voice, his sonic presence is so joyful that so is Rafi Saab and all the greats at that point. That But let's see, even Jagjit Singh. If I have to really want to mellow in sadness, then I listen to his songs. But if I want to feel bright and happy, then of course Kishore, any song. ऐसे न मुझे तुम देखो सीने से लगा लूँगा. I love these kind of songs. Kind of just, it's okay. Life is great. It has nothing to do with the situation, but you just hear his songs and they just kind of
you feel good.
Because he's such a happy voice.
Thank you so much, Shaan. For that lovely smile. Keep smiling. Lots of love to Radhika and the kids. And once again, heartfelt gratitude for accepting my invitation to
Pleasure
come on my
always.
show.
Pleasure always. Thank you.